Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your man, Air Jordan 14, and I'm back with a quick, with a new video. Let me just say it like that. Recently, I had the honor of being on local radio here, 107.1 W, excuse me, WRFN, the Sportsaholic radio show. Asked me to come on and do a short sneaker segment, just kind of talking about kicks a little bit. And first time never did anything like that on that particular show. And again, I want to thank Carlos and the whole crew from 107.1 for reaching out and making this possible. I really enjoyed it. So looking forward to going on there some more, and just trying to do something positive to promote our culture and see it in a more positive light, and try to educate some more people as well. So, what you'll be seeing, well, you won't be seeing, you'll be hearing. You'll be hearing the audio, the little interview that I did from the show. So, this is only my second time being on the radio. I was on in another setting, but so I was a little kind of nervous. Don't be too hard on me, sneaker fan, if I happen to have misspoken or something to that effect. So, trust me, I'll get better, more comfortable in upcoming segments. So, just stay tuned, and I'll go ahead and start the audio.
Rephrased it. Brandon, tell me exactly what's the name of your site, man?
What? Sorry about that. Can you hear me? I think I might have muted myself. Can you hear me this?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. The website, it's still under construction, but it's sneakershoptalk.com. And basically, what we'll be doing there is various performance reviews on various brands of sneakers. Because what I found is the price of sneakers kind of is going upward, and people's income is kind of staying the same. You kind of want to know what you're buying before you get it. So before you spend $160 or $170 on some Kobe's or some LeBrons or some Jordans, and you really plan on getting busy on the court, we're going to be a resource to where you can go to kind of find out, is it really worth it? So that's what we'll be doing there. We kind of have some sports news, some forums where you can kind of talk about experiences with various shoes. So it's really going to be a great source and an avenue for not only people to get information on shoes, but then talk it up with other like-minded individuals.
Sounds like a great site you got going there. And like I said, man, this is 107.1 WRFN Sportsaholic radio show. Got a second guest on, Brandon King. He's going to come on and just tell us about some things that he's got going with the sneaker shop. And, just a lot of different ways to look at it with shoes nowadays. You got a lot of people going out here, man. And like you said, you're doing it from a perspective on performance base of the shoe itself. A lot of people are going out here just buying these shoes from the way that they look.
And the name.
That type of deal. And you got now with the Retro 8s coming back out. And what better shoe was made than the red patent leather Michael Jordan edition? When he came out with those with the pinstripe Bulls uniform, man, I almost lost my mind as a kid, man. I mean, I'm talking about that outfit right there, man. He could have went to church right there in that outfit, man, and sat right up there with the preacher. He was just decked out, man. One of my favorite shoes of all time, man. So speaking of performance and things of that nature, man, what kind of review or what are you seeing before all these people go out here and drop their bread on those shoes, man? What's your thoughts on that, Brandon?
On the patent leather 11s that just came out in December, or
I was talking about the ones that I think they're supposed to be dropping up pretty soon here, if I'm correct.
Oh, there's some black and red 13s that'll be out on this Saturday.
Yeah.
Actually.
I guess I was wrong. Yeah, that's my mistake then. Go ahead though.
Oh no problem. I've played in previous versions, both the original version, and then they did a retro version in 04 and 05. And the shoe itself was a pretty good performing shoe. My only real issue was, those of you who are familiar with the shoe, the shape, it was based on a panther, was the design inspiration for the shoe. And you've got these pods around the edge of the shoe, kind of supposed to be like a paw. They can get a little clunky at times when you're making moves or just cutting and things of that nature. But other than that, the fit, the cushioning, the traction, and everything else was good. Just slightly clunky, but other than that, a pretty solid performer on the court. And then, as we all know, it's a good-looking shoe to wear casually as well.
Yeah.
So
and that's
those will be out at most of your big box stores, your Finish Lines, your Foot Lockers, and whatnot this Saturday for 160 in men.
Now, what's a good place to go to get, like, let's say, like you said, the big box outlets and things like that? If people was looking online, your true sneakerheads, the ones that I know that are really into sneakers, they don't go to those type of stores, man. They go online, they get those shoes, and they pre-order them a month or two before they come out, and they let all the crazy people go fight in line for the shoes, So what's one of those sites, or what's a place that people can rely on to go to if they want to, beat the crowd per se?
Oh, there's so many of these places. They're popping up, and we did an episode of Sneaker Shop Talk where we kind of talked about that. When you go to some of these early release websites, places like, for instance, BMV Inc. or Kick Soul or Kick Crazy or some of these places, you can get them early. Sometimes there's been a lot of people who have done so and not had any problems. Some people, because sometimes when you're getting these shoes 4, 5, 6 months early, you're not getting fake shoes per se. With some of these sites, I'm not speaking of all of them. Just trying to, give some heads up. But sometimes you're getting either first calibration runs, where when they first decide to do a run of a shoe, they do a run to see how, the stitching and all that's going to be placed by the machine. Or you might be getting what's known as unauthorized shoes. They have authentic materials and all of that, but they're just not authorized for sale by Nike. So you kind of have to be careful. Sometimes when you do that, I know a lot of places now are doing like tickets, and there's Twitter, RSVPs and whatnot.
Yeah, I see that all the time, man. Every time you look up, someone's on my Facebook telling me to sign up for this. They got the latest Jordan. People don't be fooled. If you see something for Jordans and it's $69, let's think here. I don't think that's real, right?
Flag, logic, people. Think logic.
I mean, yeah, you can't get that type of high-end product like that, brand new for that type of money. So, if you're going to do the early release thing, I definitely would kind of caution. I don't want to say buyer beware in a total sense, but definitely do your research and make sure that the place is reputable. A place like a Marquis Soul is a place where a lot of people get shoes early. That was another one that comes to mind. So you can do it because, like I said, it is getting crazy now with the lines and just some of the other stuff that goes along with it. So like I said, a lot of people do that.
You got to find a way to get away from that stuff, man. I understand. Now, I got a question from my co-host for you here.
Hey, brother, how you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, sir?
Doing good, man. I'm a brother that got big feet. I wear 14 and 15. So, are there any things that can help a brother like me get my shoes on discount? 'Cause a lot of times it's hard for me to find shoes. I have to buy on Overstock.com and Zappos.com. I'm not really a big Jordan fan. I just kind of buy what I can because my feet so big. So I can't really be brand happy. So what's some suggestions for people like me that has big feet to get their Jordan and get their shoes, Nike shoes for a nice rate and they won't kill us? We all are downairs.
You know what? It can be rough for the Team Bigfooters out there. I know with a lot of some shoes, the run doesn't even sometimes go up to a 14 or 15. Sometimes you have to kind of go off. You got to go off the beaten path. Sometimes check your Adidas stores, your Nike outlets, and things of that nature. Because a lot of times they'll have some pretty decent stuff in bigger sizes. But also, I would say, even though I don't necessarily say to a mom and pop store, but maybe since we're in this area, a place like a Sports Seasons or a kind of a smaller chain store and kind of talk with the folks there and kind of get to know them. And because I know some Team Bigfooters and the stores like that, they look out for them. They call them, hey, we got the hyperpoppers in the 14. You want them.
Yeah.
So, check places like that. Also, even like in East Bay Online, they typically have a lot of stuff in your bigger sizes because the heart of the run is usually 9.5 to like 11 or 12. So they'll usually have a lot of extreme sizes on both sides of the spectrum.
Now, speaking of current athlete shoes, which one would you say is your favorite one out of the best current, between the LeBrons, the KDs, the Kobe's, football shoes, wherever you want to take it. What are the currently, in your opinion, the best shoes based off of performance and off of looks? Because, a lot of this stuff is all about the looks, man. People are out big on cosmetics when it comes down to shoes, but that may not be the case for the best shoes out there for you on the court. So what would you say, what's the best between that balance of, good-looking shoe and also good performance?
You know what? I kind of drifted to the point where aesthetically it's kind of secondary. But if it's something I'm just gonna wear, then of course you do want you want it to look good.
Yeah.
Between those, that's a tough one. Because I kind of like all three. Particularly with those three, really for me it would come down to what colorway we're talking about. Like if we're talking about the Kobe, then I would probably go. The black and sulfur is my favorite colorway of that one. The LeBron 10, I like the wind chill, and then the Durant, really the black and the team orange color, one that's kind of the away.
Yeah, I like those too.
Colorway. But as far as performance, really it depends on a lot of it. Depends on the style of play that you have. If you're a kind of a bigger guy, you got to think about the LeBron is typically made for a bigger player or someone who has a style like LeBron James. Me personally, I'm more of a guard type. Like for instance, like with the LeBron 9, I really enjoyed that. I know some smaller people who did. The Kobe 8 is fantastic on court, which they really made up for because the Kobe 7 was absolutely awful in terms of on-court performance. And the same can be said about the Durant 5. So those three are definitely, and even the LeBron 10 is a really good on-the-court performer. I really like the combination of the fuse and the fly line, but what's really intrigued me the most, and I really like, was the full-length Max Zoom unit. That goes around. It's nothing like I've ever felt from a cushioning standpoint. So I really like Zoom In.
Yeah.
So all of those are actually very, very good. It really be like a toss-up for me to pick between. If I had to go with one, me being more of a guard, I would probably go with the Kobe 8.
There we go. Kobe 8s, man. Well, I tell you what, this has been a pleasure, man. This is the first time that you're probably going to hear Brandon's voice on this here show, but it won't be the last time. We're going to get him on anytime they got some hot releases coming out to get his opinion about, performance, about the, like he said, the cosmetics of the shoe, just the makeup. We're going to do this as much as we can. So, Brandon, if they're looking for you out there on Twitter land, if they're looking for you on all these various different platforms, how could they link up with you, man?
The easiest way, if you want to find me on Twitter, I'm at Full Size Run. That's all one word. FULLSIZERUN. You can also find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Air Jordan XIV, the Roman numeral 14. Those are typically the ones on there. You can, like I said, on the YouTube channel, they can check out some of my performance reviews and some of the episodes of Sneaker Shop Talk and whatnot. So they can just find me there. I do answer all questions and everything on there. As soon as I see them, if it takes me a little while, and sometimes I get a little backlogged, but I do try to answer every question and everything that comes in. So
there you have it, folks.
I'm a hard person to find.
Y'all check him out. Y'all follow him on Twitter. He just gave the name out. Also on YouTube. You won't be disappointed, especially on the YouTube. I looked at the YouTube channel. I said, let me give this guy a call, man, because he looks like he knows what he's doing with these shoes. He's been doing it for a long time. So we appreciate you coming through on this one, Brent. Like I said, this is the first, hopefully, of many times, man. Take it easy now.
No doubt. Thanks for having me. Y'all take it easy, folks.
Be good, brother.
My man Brandon King, like I said, he's, sometimes you got to change it up, man. You want to get these shoes in. Everybody just want to get the shoes because it's Jordan and it's Nike, but know what you're getting, folks. Just don't go out and buy some shoes. They look good, then you go on the court and twist your ankle as soon as you get on the court. Think about those Adidas, man. I tell you what, we got a couple of minutes before the 6 o'clock hour. A lot of people was making a big deal about those Adidas because last year you had so many injuries with people that was wearing Adidas in the NBA. You had Trace McGrady go down. You had the big one and Derrick Rose went down. Chauncey Billups was wearing Adidas last year. All those guys was wearing